Welcome everybody to Goods Holistic Healing's YouTube channel, where we are guiding energy to discover a new path. Welcome everyone. I'm Keith Good, spiritual seeker and Reiki practitioner here at Goods Holistic Healing. Today we just want to talk a little bit about the shadow work that I've invited you to join me with. But before we get into that, I just want to say I apologize for not having the video out last Wednesday. The video of the two modalities working together, we had a couple of glitches on I had to take care of, and they were last minute things that we didn't realize were there, so we had to postpone it a week. So it will be out this week on Wednesday. So with that said, let's go on and talk about the shadow work just a little bit. Shadow work is a process. It can take a long time. Everybody's different. Everybody has to do it in their own time. It's not something that is done in a month. It's something that might be taking a year, 2 years, whatever. It all depends on what you have to deal with, how you want to deal with it, who you're talking to, who's guiding you through it, and that kind of stuff. So I just want you to be aware of that, because these videos, we're not going to have shadow work videos every week. The shadow work, the important stuff of the shadow work doesn't always come out on a daily or weekly basis. So there will be other videos of other things that I see or you comment on and you tell me you want to see, so that we're putting out the right kind of information that you guys want. When there's an update that is necessary, that I feel you should be shared with, then I'll bring that out. There'll be a lot going on, but it'll be more on a irregular fashion than it will be on a regular fashion as far as a week by week situation. I will say about what's going on in my shadow work right now is that I've mentioned that I'm digging into my teen years a little bit, and that's been pretty significant enough that it's going to take some time to figure out what the causes were, if they're, what's buried down inside there, what's buried into creating the stuff that happened. And I'm working specifically right now, seems like, and I'm being guided. I'm not just making decisions on my own. I'm being guided by what comes into my mind, what becomes intuitive by spirit guides, whatever it might be. But I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I started my alcoholism in my teen years, and I'm sort of looking at that right now as to seeing what pressures I had, what I was able to what I'm able to determine that will help me to not understand it. I know I'm an alcoholic. I know I've been in recovery for many, many years. It's about dealing with whatever the cause was, so that my addictive behaviors that I have today, which are smoking, being obsessive over different things, doing things in the mannerisms that I do them, that may not be good for me, may not be good energy-wise, may not be good spiritually wise, may not be good even in the third dimensions, the way I treat people, the way I don't treat people, the way I do things. All this comes from things in my past, learned things. I'm not saying that those learned things have to be unlearned. I'm saying that those learned things have to be accepted and brought in and found out about. And my addiction took off, and something was going on. Something happened in my core beliefs. Something happened in my past, in my childhood, that brought me to want to be outside of myself and not deal with my feelings, not deal with my past, not deal with things that were going on in the present. And how I did deal with that was to become an alcoholic. So we're looking into that. I'm getting some turmoil, a lot of anxiety over that. I'm trying not to put blame on people. I need to put blame on myself for not responding in the proper way. I didn't respond. I can forgive myself as well because I know, and this is only intellectual at this point, but I know that when I reacted to it, I didn't have the mind of an adult. And that's why I did not necessarily reason it out in the proper manner. I can forgive myself for having the improper tools of adulthood to deal with these things. And that will help me to accept it. So these are the things we're looking into right now. We want to make sure that we're going through this in the way I'm guided, not in the way that I should feel like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. I know there are issues further back. I had one time, several years ago, where I had to deal with what I called Baby Keith. Baby Keith was a child that had been abandoned, which with me felt like I had been abandoned. I wasn't abandoned, but I was left in the hospital at birth, and because I was sick, and my mother took off and went home. She didn't leave me. She just was released from the hospital. But as an infant, and I mean an infant of days old, it could have affected me, and it did affect me. It started some of my abandonment issues, and I had to take him several years ago and kettle him and say that it was okay, that he was forgiven for reacting that way, and that I accepted what happened. And this is the kind of things that can go back that far. It can actually go back even further than that if you really want to know. But if anything comes up with that, we'll go into that. So these are the things that we're dealing with. We're going to deal with this as they come up. As they go through this, we'll work together. I say we, I'm talking about me and my spirit guides, me and my intuition, me and my higher power. We'll work with this and work together to get through this. For I believe that meditation and spirit guides and higher powers are very, very instrumental in getting through the shadow work. So we're going to deal with it, and we'll share it as we go. Right now we're working on teen years. Why that's brought out, I'm not sure, but we're going to do that. So this will be a short video today, but if you like this, please stay tuned and see what comes up and see where we go. But ring the bell, hit the like button, subscribe, and share with other people what you've seen so that they may get some information as well. Thank you all for coming today. Thank you all for being here. I really enjoy doing this for you, and I hope that you're enjoying what I'm bringing to you. Again, thank you. Live every day of your life and every moment you're in a spiritual manner. Until the next time. Visit me at goodsholistichealing.com to see what is being offered, as well as upcoming events and other offerings of services rendered.